Hey guys, how are you doing? Today is July 15th and not a lot of financial news on these few days. Then I don't want to talk about Twitter, right? And I don't want to talk about P interest, right? I'm not familiar with those kind of stock, although they are quite hot in these few days. And one of the news that I want to talk about today is the Costco is turning in a good sales in June. So I think that actually investors should accumulate Costco when she is in actually in past in May. She is in headwind, right? Then a lot of retail stock is in a headwind, right? Like Target, like Costco, like Walmart, and then they dropped a lot. But if you realize that Costco already rebounded more than 100, right? 100, yes, right. Yesterday it rebounded 4%. So a lot of commentator is talking about will Costco will bounce back to 600. I hope so because my wife has this stock, and my wife bought it quite close to 500, quite close to 480 something, right? So today I analyzed this stock in end of May in Hong Kong channel. And today I want to give you some new information first, then together with what I analyzed it. And I think that actually now she is still worth for us, that is long term for you to accumulate Costco stock, right? So our Falcon portfolio performance is 47%, right? Nothing very special, but actually Fed will put up the interest rate. I think that we should have a preparation for 1%, not 0.75%. I think we should have preparation for putting up 1%, right? So that's what it is. So if you have any stock you want us to analyze or we want us to discuss about, then please leave your message under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by Usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. And this is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio. Then is 47%, right, for so long. And this is our cover. And actually I think Costco already passed its lowest point already, right? So it rebounded more than 100, and we are talking about if she will bounce back to 600 or more. So we are going to discuss this in a moment. And this is yesterday's Dow Jones, so I dropped it. Actually it's quite terrible because then at the open of the market, then Dow Jones dropped it 600, something like that, 500, and then 600. And then when I woke up this morning, then it is just 142. And for Nasdaq, no drop eventually. And we can see the reason. The reason is always every day, if you are quite care about the market every day, then you should keep your close eye on the US 10-year Treasury yield, right? This is the most important thing. You can see that this is the last week. Last week the rate is 2.982%, and then yesterday close is 2.947%. Dropped it a little bit, right? So actually the market does not have a lot of drop during the last week. So this is the 5-year Costco stock price diagram. You can see that the 1-year low is 404, just call it 400, right? And now it rises more than 100. 100, that means it's 25%. And then yesterday it bounced back more than 4%. So will she reach 600 again? I think the answer is quite possible. Quite possible. Maybe just in this year. So why? And I know that the PE ratio is a little bit scary for 40, right? And the dividend is just 0.7%, right? This is always like that for Costco. And the point is then, if it increase the profit, if the profit keep on increasing, then it will maintain this PE. That's what it is. If the profit gets down, then the PE will rise up very sharply, maybe rise to 60 or 70. But if Costco keep on earning money, then she can maintain the PE, right? Not very high, 40, not low, but not very high. So this is from July 14. That means yesterday, right? And then the D band said that she suddenly gave Costco a buy, upgraded to a buy, right, on a consistent earnings and the customer trade down, right? So, but 1 month before, she doesn't say the same thing, right? 1 month before, she said that avoid the retail stock, right? But after 1 month, totally changed it. And give you some information on the warehouses of Costco in the whole world first, right? And she has 829 warehouses in the whole world, right? Of course, US is the most one, 573, and it's quite lucky that we can take a look on them, right? Now only Taiwan and China still have relatively tight policy on the COVID-19, right? And Taiwan is nearly, I think this wave is nearly over, but still there is in China, but it doesn't matter because China only have 2 stores, right? So a lot of the area in the list is free from COVID-19's policy already, right? Mexico, Japan, UK, Korea, France, Iceland, Spain, Australia, right? I think they are already over for the COVID-19 lockdown. So actually is, I think now for Costco, except for the supply chain, right? Supply chain and the inflation. Then the others, I think it will be short recover to normal, maybe in 1 quarter or at most maybe until end of this year. Then it will resume to normal, right? Unless for the gasoline, right? So you can see that another news, Costco's wholesale in June, comparable sales bounce up to 18%. It's a very good performance. So we take a look on that, right? And the net sales for the retail month of June increased at 20% from year-over-year base. And then the comparable sales up 18.1%, with the e-commerce sales increased by 7%. That means the same as last year. I'll show you in a moment. And then on a year-to-date base, net sales grown 16.9% from a year-to-year base, right? And the comparable sales is 15%. Very good performance, right? Except excluding the impact from the change in gasoline prices, still high, right? And the foreign exchange difference. Comparable sales for the month increased by 13%. No matter what, it's 13%, right? And Costco is different from Target. Target has relatively bigger problem because of the stock. The stock level of Target is not very healthy, right? So actually she has to write off for some stock that is not durable, and then for some stock is durable, and then she has to take more time to have the consumer to consume it. So actually Target's recover will take a much longer time than Costco. So whenever that is in the trouble, then you can see the good company, their policy is good. The way of doing business is good. But if in a very good economy, you can see the difference, right? But when it is in a hard time, you can see the difference. The difference is Costco is very good at turnover, at stock, and cash level, whatever. So you can see the target, not like Costco. She is not bouncing up, still at the very low level. So we can see that actually target been down for quite a big percentage, right? It dropped at 50% from the highest share price, 50%, 270 to 146. Now still dropped at nearly 50%, right? So a little bit more for target, but I think we need to wait for her to recover. Maybe still take 1 or 2 quarters. And this information is from my Hong Kong channel in end of May, right? Still in this the same quarter, right? So you can see that compared to Costco, Walmart, and Target, cash level, Costco is the best. Cash per share, Costco is the best, right? And the debt, the lowest. And the net debt is negative. That means she is a net cash company, right? Very clear. And I have made this table, right? So you can see that for the fiscal quarter of May and March, April and May, right? When this is compared to 1 quarter before, 12 weeks is 1 quarter, you can see that the US, Canada, and then the e-commerce, right? You can see the sales increment, 10%, 10.7, 12, 9, and the e-commerce is 7.9. And if compared to 3 quarters before, nearly the same, right? Of course, excluding the impact from gasoline and foreign exchange. We all know that, right, for retail. So take a look on this, right? And for the total revenue compared to 1 quarter before, increased for 16%, 16. And she controlled the operating expense very well. You can see that the increment is very small for 1 quarter. And then for the net income, increased more than 10.9%. That is already very good when the inflation and transportation charge is so high, right? So it's already, I think, it's a very good performance for 10.9% increment on the net income and the EPS. I think so. And then we take a look on the history, right? You can see that in the past 5 to 6 years, the blue bar is the revenue, and then the yellow is the net income, and then the green one is the net income margin. You can see that they are gradually increasing, no matter what is the change in the stock price, right? So don't just look at the stock price, right? Look at the figures. Look at the figures, look at the competitors, right? So you can see that it's not dropping. And LTM is the latest 12 months. So another figure, right? We can see that for the blue one is the net sales, gradually increasing in a very steady way. And then for the membership fee, we know that she is earning money from the membership fee, right? Then you can see still gradually increasing. 0.72, 0.77, 0.82, 88, 97, right? Very steady. And then the year-over-year membership growth is the green line, gradually increasing, despite the stock prices dropping, right? This is more clear on the FCF, that means the free cash flow, right? You can see that the yellow bar is very prominent, is for the cash, right? You see that cash level is gradually increasing, and the FCF, that means the free cash flow, right? The free cash flow is also the blue bar is gradually increasing, and then the free cash flow margin is the red bar, right? So I don't see any bad things here, right? And I have made a summary on that, right? For this quarter, that means from March to April and to May, right? And the net income for Costco is 1.353 billion US dollar, increased 10.9% compared to 1 year before in the same season. And the cash is 11.19 billion. And the long-term debt is 6.5 billion. And the FCF is 6 billion. So I don't see anything wrong on this performance. Then you can see that actually she is a net cash company. So whenever the profit come in, the stock price goes up because no need to pay for the debts, right? She is a net cash company. So do not be scared by the PE ratio is 40. All right, when the profit come in, and then she can maintain the PE ratio, or then lower it a little bit, right? And the dividend is low. We know that, right? So actually, I think it's not very late for you to accumulate Costco. But when it goes very sharply to 600, then maybe in the short time it's too high, right? Because from now, 500 to 600 is 20%. And then from 400 to 500 now is already raised for 25% already, right? Okay, today we share up to here, and then thanks for watching. Then please give us a like or any comment if you like this video, and then please subscribe to our channel and then press the bell icon next to it. So whenever there is new video uploaded, you will be informed. Okay, today is Friday. I hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. See you next week. Bye bye.